I'm Anna Rüchert, Head of Impact and Responsibility at HAKRO. HAKRO is a medium-sized family-run business, and we're all about corporate wear and teamwear. Our basic business model is that we invest in high-quality products that we produce for a very long time, so we have high product consistency in our product portfolio. And for that, we work together with a very select few, 11 in total, production partners on Tier 1, and especially in long-term business relationships with them. Our most strategic partners have been with us for more than 20 years, one of them even for 25 years. What is different, I think, with our approach to partnership is that we carry the same risk, we carry the same stake in our partnership, we carry the same sense of agency for our joint products, and that we are both involved to the same extent in our joint project, and we truly regard it as a joint project. And that the power balances that there are between customer and supplier, we never talk of suppliers, we always talk of partners, are going both ways. And we are very consciously as dependent of our partners as they are of us. And our partners are much more ready to invest in us and in our partnerships than it would otherwise be the case. It's also great fun to invest in really long-term relationships and to really go through with that investment because it carries you through the hard times as well. And I think that's the beauty of it. That means that we co-design products, that we bring innovation in together that doesn't always have to stem from us or from our design team, but it also can stem from our production partner. That we co-create pricing, for instance, which is very important. We do some bottom-up pricing. So we don't set target prices for our partners, but basically ask them, listen, this is what we want to create together. What do you need in order to be able to produce that? We never just tell them, listen, we need that order sooner, or we need to push one order. We ask, what does that mean for you? What that means for us on an everyday basis is not just asking for feedback, not just asking for input from our partner, but getting it whether we want it or not, and making decisions together. They've always told us when something doesn't work for them. Of course, we've had cases where we found out later that the time crunch was a bit bigger for them than we'd had liked to. But I think that's also part of the learning curve, where we come in and say, hey, we really want to know about our impact as well, that the impact that we as a company, as a customer in that scenario, also have on the specifics in your production process. So for instance, if we are very distinct about a certain deadline and if we need an order to arrive, what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your workers? Will over time become a necessity for you in order to realize that, or will we have to see what we can push further back in order to avoid that kind of thing? Purchasing practices as such is very much something that we simply have to talk about with our partners on a constant level and see what we can learn from that as well. That's pretty much where the dialogue is at a peak, or where it becomes so very important that we also learn from that scenario, that we as HAKRO, as brand, also learn that there's certain things that we have a direct impact on and that we need to do better in order to co-develop together with our partner. That's very important, because if we can't have a solution at the end of the day that works for both sides, we won't have a very solid solution. And for us, that's the most important thing, to really create something together that works for both sides and that is, in that sense, also from a business point of view, really sustainable.